Watch it, there's movement!
I thought it was kidnapped!
Open it! Door!
I'm so screwed. If I ask you that question again, I'm gonna lose my mind.
My two little sisters right now, chained up.
This is what she looks like.
Tight chain down by the neck.
Just sit down there.
Guys, of water.
Potential kidnappings are among the most dangerous calls police can receive. But sometimes, the suspects involved aren't nearly as clever as they think. On October 16th, 2023, police in Akron responded to a report from a concerned witness who claimed a woman was being held against her will inside a garage. When officers arrived, the witness explained,
There's a girl in there, she's very small and slim. My husband said he didn't really get a good look at her, but he's young. She can't see out of her eyes.
Okay.
So this is why I'm nervous. This is why I've been calling his morning, and I don't even know if that's even.
You know 100%. You know 100%.
I know 100.
33-year-old man, identified as William Mozingo, was keeping a visibly injured woman locked inside a garage behind the house. The witness gave officers permission to force entry if necessary. Before escalating the situation or deploying a K-9 unit,
William, this is the Akron Police Department. This is your last chance. Come out now with your hands up, or we'll be sending the K-9 in to apprehend you. You will get bit by the dog. William, last chance. Akron Police, better come out. Come out now with your hands up. William, come on out! William, come out now! Akron Police! Come out! Come out! Come out now! Nothing in your hands! Nothing in your hands! Now! Now! Hurry up! You're bit, buddy! Coming out or not? Can you see him? Get out here now! Come out now! Come out now!
Bro, you're gonna get fucked up in a second. You better come the right fuck out now.
Now!
He's up in the attic.
Come out!
No, I don't see him.
Keep everything out of your hands!
He's in the attic. He's in the attic.
Keep everything out of your hands!
Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
We'll go hands down. Put it down!
Drop it. Drop. No, not your whole body. Get up. Turn around and walk backwards. Walk towards us. Keep your hands up. Put your hands up.
Hey, we'll cuff.
All the way.
Hey, take your face that way!
Just keep coming. Watch your step. Right there. You get that?
There's a female in there.
Come on out here.
officers first attempted to resolve the standoff peacefully. They ordered Mozingo to exit the garage. He complied without resistance and was immediately handcuffed. With the suspect secured, officers entered the garage to search for the victim. Inside, they discovered her hiding in the attic space above the garage. A ladder was brought in so she could safely climb down.
Okay, what do you need to get down?
Yeah.
Let me get this ladder, okay? There's no one else up there?
Where do you live at here? Thompson? How far away is that?
Like 30 minutes, like close to starting.
Why don't you have a seat right there on that stool?
So you probably want to go slow. Yeah, probably. Where's she at? Okay, also?
Yeah. Why don't you just sit down there?
That guy's on water.
We'll get you some stuff here.
Officers identified the visibly distraught victim and cleared the attic to confirm no one else was present. While waiting for medical personnel to arrive, Mozingo was formally placed under arrest.
It's just a piece of paper. It's support paper. But still, I mean, we all know what goes up in a folded piece of papers. All right. I'm a dude. Step on up there.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Give him a minute. Bobby? Bobby?
Does that look like blood on there?
Where's the ticket?
See any ligature marks?
I'm sure she'll be willing to tell us the whole story. Before we'll ask her about other injuries, she said something like she didn't look forward to.
Investigators noticed blood on the rope that had been used to bind the victim's hands, an early indication of severe abuse. The full extent of her injuries would later come to light. During 4 days of captivity, the woman had been beaten, tortured, and doused in gasoline. She suffered facial fractures, a brain bleed, a broken arm, and multiple broken fingers. Further investigation revealed that Mozingo had a long criminal history. He had previously been charged and convicted of multiple abductions and was already on probation for similar offenses at the time of this incident. Mozingo has pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he faces the possibility of life in prison. Kidnappings often happen when victims are alone. But what happens when it happens in broad daylight?
My daughter just got kidnapped!
Open the door!
On May 18th, 2019, a mother and her 8-year-old daughter were walking down a street in Fort Worth when a man driving a Ford suddenly stopped. In a shocking moment, he grabbed the child from her mother's arms and sped away. Hours later, police received an anonymous tip that led them to a motel room registered to Michael Webb, a 51-year-old man. Officers arrived quickly.
Ford Police Department, open the door! Oh, man, I'm being grabbed. Open the door! Open it now! Open it! Hands! Let me see your hands! Step out here! Step out! Step out! Get up. Get on the ground. Shield. Get on the ground! Shield. Blood in the bed, blood in the bed. Blood in the bed, man. Hey, here she is! Got her! We got her! We got her!
And removed Webb from the room to conduct a search.
Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah. Bring it out! Bring it out! We're trying. I got her. She's in custody. We have her. For. We need an EMT. Get a call MedStar. Yes. No. Don't worry about your clothes. Don't worry about your clothes. We got a towel. We got a towel. Who have it? Can we cover her up? Can we cover her up? Yeah. With something? Here you go, baby. Can we get her out? Come here. Let's go. Come on, sweetheart.
You're okay? You safe? We got you.
You're gonna be okay. We got her. Hold the door. Hey, back off, guys. Back off. Please, just back off.
Riz, they found her. We have her.
Hey, Hayes, let's go. Let's get her in here so she can sit down. Guys, listen, just stay there for me, okay?
Inside, they made a disturbing discovery. The missing girl was found hidden inside a laundry basket, covered by a pile of clothes. Officers secured Webb in the hallway and focused on safely removing the child. Before leaving the room, the frightened girl asked for her clothes. To get her out of the situation as quickly as possible, officers wrapped her in a towel and carried her to safety. She was placed securely inside a police vehicle while emergency services were contacted. Shortly afterward, her father received the call every parent hopes for. His daughter had been found alive.
to the father.
Okay, okay.
The father.
Just hold on, okay?
What is this place called? What's this place?
It's the Woodbridge Suites.
Woodward Suites?
It's in Forest Hill.
After Webb's own statements and the evidence collected, the case moved swiftly through the justice system.
I told her that if she said anything, that I would do something to her parents. And if I was in jail, I would have my friends to do it.
The jury reached a verdict in less than 15 minutes. Webb was convicted on multiple serious charges related to the abduction and harm of a minor. As a repeat offender, he received the maximum sentence. Michael Webb is now serving life in prison. This is a frightening case, but it also shows how careful police work can prevent a dangerous situation from escalating.
I'm missing a juvenile left school. This is what she looks like. Where's this guy? Sheriff's office. If I ask you that question again, I'm gonna lose my mind.
A young teenager is reported missing in Florida, and an officer begins his investigation by speaking with one of her friends. During their conversation, he learned something concerning. The girl had recently been communicating online with an older individual and planned to meet him at a Dollar General. The friend only knew that the person's name started with the letter T and that they were going to a nearby motel.
I'm looking at today from school gets out around 3:15ish, so I'm thinking 3 to 3:30.
I mean, is that like a super recent picture though?
She says she looks pretty much like this. It looks pretty close to her.
The officer reviews security footage from the store and confirms that the missing girl was there. With that information, he begins visiting motels in the area, asking staff if they recognize anyone matching the description.
Deputy James, I'm wondering if a juvenile and another person checked in here earlier today. I'm looking for a juvenile that looks to be ran away from home today. The person she's with? No clue.
Well, check out this person that checked in today.
Ooh, where's this guy? I think this is him. They said his name started with a T, possibly Tyler. Front office, anybody inside? We need to come in for a second.
At one location, employees show him a photo of a recent guest whose name matches the limited details provided. To avoid raising suspicion or causing panic, the officer approaches the room while posing as motel staff rather than identifying himself as a law enforcement officer. His goal is to keep the situation calm and prevent any sudden or dangerous reaction.
Sheriff's office. Back up. Have a seat on the couch. Where's What's up, sweetheart? Sheriff's office. Get happy up here. Go in the bedroom and wait for me for a second. How old are you? How old are you? Just wait there for me, sweetheart. Are you okay? Do you need any attention? Are you hurt at all? You're not hurt at all? Your stomach hurts?
When the door opens, the girl immediately runs toward the officer. He quickly moves her away from the uncooperative individual and checks to make sure she is unharmed. During the interaction, the man admits his age, making it clear that the situation is extremely serious.
You okay? Go. How old are you? If I ask you that question again, I'm gonna lose my mind. How old are you? 22. How old are you? Go. Yeah, you done real good. I found him.
Damn, boy. How old is he?
Too old.
Alright, I'm on the way.
Copy. You sure you're okay, sweetheart?
The officer radios in his report and stays with the girl, checking on her repeatedly as he waits for additional units to arrive. The suspect, Tyrone Thompson, was later taken into custody and faced multiple serious charges related to online contact, unlawful conduct, and prohibited materials. Thanks to quick thinking and methodical investigation, a potentially tragic situation was stopped in time. Kidnappers often know their victims, but what happens when parents turn their own children into prisoners?
My two little sisters right now are chained up.
They're chained up?
See how dirty she is?
Do you take any medication?
Who's medication?
On January 14th, 2018, police in Paris received a disturbing call from a malnourished and visibly beaten 17-year-old girl. She told dispatch she had run away from home, but didn't know where she was. When an officer arrived and found her wandering the street, he began to hear a story that was almost impossible to believe.
What's going on?
Okay. I just ran away from home.
Okay.
And I live in a family of 15.
Okay.
My two little sisters right now are chained up.
They're chained up?
Yes,
Where are they chained up at?
on their bed. Now, mother didn't chain them up just to be mean. Okay. They're chained up because they stole mother's food. I'm sorry if I talk too much. Okay. I've never talked to anybody out there, so I've never been alone with a person, so this is very hard for me to talk.
The girl explained that her parents were holding all of her siblings captive inside their home, and that she had never spoken to anyone outside before. Even the way she spoke raised concern. She repeatedly referred to the house as there instead of here, as if she still couldn't accept that she was truly free.
Do your parents know you left your house?
No, they're home.
Do you take any medication?
What's medication?
Medication?
Yeah, what's medication?
Do you take pills? Do you take pills?
Oh, I
For-
don't think I've ever taken a pill before.
Okay.
Right, I haven't.
In her mind, she was still trapped inside the house. Her vocabulary was severely limited, her speech pattern unnatural. She claimed she didn't know what the word medication meant and didn't believe she had ever taken any. With each answer, any doubt the officer may have had quickly faded.
Our parents are abusing. They abuse us. But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done. I'm terrified. But I called because my two little sisters, they're chained up right now.
Do you have pictures of that?
Yes, I can show you. I actually didn't have it, and then one of my sisters told me I need to get pictures.
Do you have pictures of your sisters chained up?
Yes, but they're in here. Okay. I don't have proof of everything, but I have proof that my sisters are chained up. So see, you can look at that. See, those are the places that make it on that. And see how dirty she is. We're so filthy. We don't take baths. We don't.
How did your sisters get like this?
Okay.
Your parents chained them up?
Yes, because they stole food.
Okay.
But they stole it because they were hungry.
Who took this picture?
I did. I took those pictures.
Okay. You make sure to save these, okay?
Okay, I will.
Don't get rid of those.
I won't.
The girl then showed the officer photographs, images of her siblings chained, emaciated, and living in filthy conditions. Yet she struggled to describe their injuries, lacking the words to explain the horrors inflicted on them. The brave teenager was later identified as Jordan Turpin. After police raided the home of her parents, David Turpin and Louise Turpin, the residence would become known nationwide as the House of Horrors. The Turpins were charged with 14 counts of cruelty to children, torture, and false imprisonment. They were sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Today, Jordan Turpin is rebuilding her life. She is now an aspiring model and social media personality, no longer living in captivity, but finally in the world she was denied for so long. One decision can decide the rest of a person's life. Don't forget to drop a comment. What moment do you believe changed everything? Your perspective might help someone else see this case in a new light. For more stories that expose what really happens when the cameras start rolling, watch the next Unsolved Case Vault video on your screen.